Well, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you please go ahead and type the number 1 in that comment section. Let me know that you can. I would truly appreciate it. Nothing worse than being here on a Monday morning talking to myself for the next half hour or so. All right. Thank you. Thank you. While you guys are doing that, keep in mind that everything we look at today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. All right. And if you like what you see here, folks, make sure you follow along with us, not only by subscribing to our YouTube channel, make sure you ring the bell so you can see all of the greatest and latest that we put out there. But you've got a whole host of other social platforms that we're on as well. Make sure you check it out. We have multiple things that go out on them each and every day. So, all right. With that, let's go ahead and take a look first at the economic reports for today. We got PMI coming out, which is Purchasing Manager Index, 945. So it's an indicator that comes out during the market hours. So there could be an effect there to the overall market. I am definitely looking out to Wednesday. Remember, we've got FOMC statements coming up on Wednesday. All the FOMC press conference, all of that happening there. So a little bit of caution around that on Wednesday. But today, and I'm only looking at orange and red. I'm not looking at yellow, or the grays, which are the less impact type things that are out there, right? So, all right. With that, let's go ahead and take a look first at the futures markets. All right, so let's start off with the ES. So if we grab our trusty pen, you can see the 5 p.m. close on Friday, and here's the 6 p.m. open on Sunday. So we came out of the gate really strong yesterday. We kind of topped out, and we stayed there until where? Of course, the European Open. And we saw this move to the downside. Good, bad, or indifferent. I don't know how much it played into it, but in the EU, they started to announce that they're going to remove all mask mandates because of how well that they're seeing things progress, which, by the way, they talked on CNBC this morning that places like the East Coast should be looking to do that within the next 2 weeks or so, start removing masks, maybe not all at once, but they're talking about schools being first and so forth. Is that the reason for the drive down here? I think it could be part of it, part of that move down. But overall, right now, we're down 46 points, another 46 points, I should say, on the ES. Right on the Dow, we were down about 100 points when I first started looking at the market, and we're now down about 230. So we've taken a bit of a drop there comparative to where we were on the YM. On NQ, just getting its tail kicked yet again, 220 points, we'll call it, to the downside. Just big move down, just no signs of stopping. And then we look at the RUT, which starts to get a little concerning with 24-point move to the downside when it starts to come to iron condors. I don't have anything I'm in trouble with yet, but I'm certainly getting close to having to be concerned. So I'll be managing some of those positions out today. Ironically, I'm teaching this on Friday night to our Cover Call Explorer folks on iron condors. Bitcoin, woo! $4,700 to the downside, like the whole S&P 500 down that amount all in one shot, right? Amazing. And when we look, let's see if I still have it loaded here. I do. When we look right now on Bitcoin, we're sitting at 33.4. So I've got a support level. You know, we had that 38,560 from last week. And when we were getting down there, I said, you know, we haven't gotten there. We pushed there, but you want to see something like happened here. You want to see it came down, it retested, it came down. Did it hold and bounce? That wasn't what happened. We just blew right through that 38 I was looking at as a level. Our next major support level takes us down here to 31,900, right? So will we make it all the way down? Don't know. Are we bouncing from here? I really don't know. I don't have that answer. We don't have any good history beyond this. That's the major focal point. We start breaking down below here, we are going way out. And there are some companies today that we've got on our list that have suffered big time because of what's happened with cryptos, right? So there's our Bitcoin. We look at Ethereum. They are down about 535 points right now. So again, they've just been a constant slide. I mean, 3,300 down to 2,200. Big, big, big move for them. 1/3 lost, basically. Gold has taken a nice little climb all day, every day, right? All day up. Today we're up about 10.5 points right now on gold. And then crude, it's off from where it was on its highs, but we're still sitting at $84 and jingle. So it's not as if we are in bad territory. We were up at 87, right? So overall, not too shabby, but we have pulled back a little bit overall on crude, right? So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at our candidates for today. All right, so here's my list, right, on our screen here. I'm actually going to go ahead and take a look first at the trades from last week. And all we really had from last week, and what I'd like you to do is drop in your trades from Friday, folks. What did you do on Friday? Did any of them find out what we talked about? I'd love to hear about all of them. Funded, non-funded, really doesn't matter. Just let me know. Drop them in. Let's keep the share going. Like last week was great on Friday. You guys were awesome. Netflix was the big one from last week, right? That was the only one I had 3 check marks on Friday. Was Netflix. So let me open that up and let's see what actually did I have it on this one? Let's see. Just see if I had my lines drawn in there. No, not here. All right, so let's just go back to this one, which is the post-market, regular market hours, right? So my note was we want to buy a put, but first we need a bullish move, then a failure. So if we go look at Netflix, on the daily chart, look at what happened on the moves up and down, right? So look at where we opened, right, which was right here, the top of the body, and we ran up. That constitutes a bullish move, right? We moved up before we failed. When we break it down on the intraday chart, on the 5-minute chart, we had that move down. We're not doing anything. We're waiting for the move up, and we're waiting for the fail. Now, we got into lunchtime. I normally don't trade here in lunchtime, but here gave us the perfect opportunity to take a bearish entry, right? So let's see. We got in right about 2:30 on the setup here. Now, guys, I use a series of pivot points that I've created called large pivot points that gave me some indication as well. If we go back here and look at the daily large gaps. There we go. All right, so you could see, and I'm really going to bring this in because it's just, all right, and I can't get much bigger than that. So we had a pivot right there. There was our pivot. There's our 100-point level. I mean, we got some clear indication of levels there. We didn't quite get up there to that pivot, but it did give some guidance in there. But on this move up, this rollover, about 2:30, we took an entry. And the entry was the entry came in about 2:30. We got out about 2:30, 3:35 in the afternoon, right? So we're talking about the stock was at 396 when we got in, and it was out about 384 when we exited the trade, about 3:30. And all of the exit came down to how we closed up above the moving average, right? We got our first candle that we closed above the 8-period moving average. There we go. That's a move better. Right here, that was our exit candle, and we were done, right? We were going to roll into the end of the day. I knew we were going to get some short covering, so I wanted to not be involved with that, and I was watching closely. As soon as we got the bounce, we were good. We're talking about 12, 13 points on the stock price, so we did phenomenal on our options. Weekly options, they expired Friday. Very low cost. We're buying them on Friday afternoon, right? Absolutely outstanding. All right, so let's see what we've got here, guys. So great trade. I hope you guys were able to take advantage of it. And I gave you the rule. Wait for the bullish move first. So Jonathan said, SPX bear call spread worked out really nicely. That is excellent, Jonathan. Glad to hear it. Amos said, Netflix bear call. Love the 720.25 for 40 cents off the 400 fail. Nice, Amos. There you go. Alan said Adobe awesomeness. Yes, we did well on our Adobe trade, Alan, in power option plays. We took our first exit and crushed it on our first exit. So Joel said SPX put. Nice, Joel. And then Agok said, greetings, sir, student from South Sudan studying in India. Excellent. Well, welcome. Good morning, or I think it's afternoon right now. I think because I have my programmer, my developer is in India, and I think it's about 12 hours. I think we are difference from him of where he's at right now. So excellent. Evelyn said SPY put and call. Good. So you did some kind of straddle or strangle, or you played them intraday one way and another. But excellent, guys. Great job. Good trades, good setups. Excellent, excellent. So with that, let's go ahead then. We already said it. We're going to look at our candidates for today. ANET is our very first one. They're in alphabetical order, guys. Nothing about this is any other reason at all. I love software that just requires you to say yes or no that with their pop-ups that come up on your screen. I'm going to put the option chain on the other screen so I can kind of watch it and see what's going on there. But on ANET, we're down about $1.63 right now. We're down about $1.63 on ANET right now. They had an upgrade from Citigroup. Apparently didn't work too well, this upgrade, right? So I'm not really sure. Apparently it didn't really matter very much, but let's see. Let's go back to template number 2. We don't want to do that. Let's get rid of this. All right, so let's go ahead and look at ANET. In here, yeah, I mean, okay, got an upgrade. So the stock's right now sitting at 117, so it's dropped a little bit further, but the overall pattern is still bearish. So this upgrade really is not going to help it very much, right? Here's me, folks. You ready? Bear call spread with a retest of the 8 exponential moving average, which right now is at 126. I don't know if we'll get back up there, but if we can get that kind of push up and a fail, then I'll be looking at a bear call spread. Can you do one on a continuation move? You can. Just a little bit of caution. It was good news that came out on it. Just not excited about it. All right, CMCSA. All right, they also received an upgrade. Don't know who it was that gave it to them. They're up $1 right now. If we go look here, CMCSA, still, again, overall bearish pattern. Ooh, earnings coming up. Always check earnings, folks. Never take anything at gospel. Always check earnings for yourself. Even if I tell you, oh, earnings are no. You check yourself. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, no, not Philippines, Jonathan. But we do have people in the Philippines working with us as well. So, but no, not in the Philippines. Let's see. So, Yuckster, where are we at now? About 51. All right. So we got above the 8 moving average. So we're okay. Right? We're above the 8 moving average. I'm fine with that. So I'm going to be looking at potentially a bull put spread. What do we have here for our, let's just snap a line right there. So bull put spread below 50. So we'll be looking at the 50. Let's see what we've got there. They're $1 increments on CMCSA. So we'll be looking at the 50, 49, 48, somewhere around there strikes. So, all right, there's CMCSA. Coinbase. Surprise. Down $20. What? Yeah. Well, crypto getting crushed. Coinbase getting crushed, right? So they're down at 172. Let's go look at Coinbase here. We don't want to do a comparison symbol. Let's try that again. All right, Coinbase already had gotten hammered on Friday. Great ping pong trade, by the way, on Friday. If we do the scrunch key, right, 157 to 90, that's what, 43, 30. We need to put a Fibit in here. Fibits are basically a way of splitting the two levels that we have with reason behind the why. Right, so we're looking at about 174, and where are we right now? 172.5. So we've already broken that midpoint. So we'll be looking at a bear call spread above 174. And that basically puts us at 175. Now we've got to deal with $5 increments here. 175, 175, 180. 21, 17. Yeah, I mean, we can get $3.50 for that $5 spread. So not too shabby. You can go further out if you want, but it just has to be somewhere above that 175. And if you do go far enough out, if you go out to the 197.5, 200, you actually have 250 increments, and you pick up $1.15 on the 197.5, 200s. So that may not be a bad idea. But just again, from a technical standpoint, above the 174. Coinbase gets 3 check marks for me. I like the pattern. I like the setup. As long as we get the continuation slide, we'll be good to go. FOXA, F-O-X-A is the next one. They got an upgrade from UBS or USB, depending on if it's a computer plugin or not. They got an upgrade there today. Let's see. Right now, they're up 64 cents. So this could be in relation to the overall market moves. FOXA. They've got earnings coming out shortly. They're already in a bearish bias. They're up at 38.33, and our 55 moving average is at 38.40. Go figure, right? So wait is the note here, and if you get a rollover, you can look at a bear call spread, right? See if we snap a fib in here. Yeah, so we even have a confluence at that 38.5 level right there. The 50 percentile line is right there. So, all right, yeah. So if we're looking at a bear call spread, it would be above 39. Right? Don't know if we're going to get it or not. And remember, you've actually, when is earnings? The 7th. So it's next week. Yeah. So you may see a game with premiums just because of when the earnings are. All right. So again, wait. If you're looking at anything, I'd be looking at the bear call if you get the rollover. Kohl's, KSS. Right? Kohl's has a takeover offer. It's not confirmed. So this would be a day trade at best. All right. So if we look, apparently this has happened before with them. If we look at Kohl's right now, we're up to 62.25. Woo! Come on, move. All right, let's try that again. All right, so we are at 62.25. Oh boy. All right, so we need to see the whole fib here. So that fib is old. It's been violated. Just trying to see where we draw from. We've got all. See, this was a great move. Very directional, very clean, crisp. Here I've got all of these stair steps in there, which do not help me very much as far as trying to find a key level to draw from. All right, let's flip these back. All right, so we've got all of this right in here, right? Good move here, and then we get this. That was the deepest pullback in there. There's just nothing that makes this an easy draw, no matter how you slice it. You got this major pullback. This was kind of side. Well, I guess it's not horrible. We had one major shift take place in here. This was kind of just a mess in sideways mode. Let's go here. All right. So all of that to say we're up at $15.62, right? So where are we? We're 59, 64, 5, 50. We don't need a fib in there, but we're about right about in the middle of that right there is where we're at now, where the fib would go. So we'll be looking at a bull put spread above 59. And there are $1 increments at that level. Right? Now, this had a big move on it already. I'm going to put 3 check marks next to it to watch it. I just don't know if we're going to get enough premium on it or some pullback. So there's a little bit of caution there. But, I mean, it is a good move. But it is actually, I'm not doing a bull put spread. I'm going to look for I'm actually going to look at a naked put on this. Or you could look at a long call. But I'm looking for something to happen quickly, to be in and out today, just in case this thing doesn't come to fruition. All right. MSTR is our next one. They own billions in crypto. Doesn't look good for them. Doesn't look good for them at all. All right. Hey, Amos, I appreciate that on the 809. Absolutely. Thank you. And Amos is talking about a Fibonacci setting on our charts. So let's see. Overall pattern to the downside. We're down $53. We're going to be looking at a bear call spread. You just have to see if there's anything. We have to see if there's anything on MSTR. Yeah, and we've completely violated everything to do with this fib. We've got earnings coming up, so a little bit of caution in there. This would wind up being a day trade at best, as we look at because of the earnings. Right? You could do credit spreads on it. You could do a debit spread on it as well. Right? So we have nothing. Let's see what we've got historical as far as fibs. I don't even have another fib drawn in there that we could, all right, you know what we're going to do? Here's it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to flip this back, and we're going to work off of the same top that we had. And we're going to stretch down. I mean, that was a good pullback right there. So we're going to have to stop there. So we'll add a negative 1.618 to our list. And then we'll see if we need Fibbits in there, which I'm assuming we will. So here we've got 418, 508 is 90. So we need to split both of them. Without a doubt, we got to split them both. So we've got 1. We've got 2. So we're looking at about 345 is our downside. And we're at 323 right now. So if you're looking at a day trade, we could do it with a bear call spread. But we would be looking above 344. But ideally, I really want to be in and out of this one. All right. Netflix got a downgrade. A little bit late. My friends. Let's downgrade them the day after they get crushed. I mean, they're down again, another 13.5 right now. So we'll be looking at a bear call spread on Netflix or a long put. Netflix is definitely a day trade candidate for us, Amos, myself, others, Robert, others that are in some of the advanced trainings that we do. But right now we're sitting at 384. We've got support at 380, guys. So there's the caution. You're sitting right at support, right? So you've got to be very cautious, very careful on this Netflix setup if it doesn't break that. Peloton, PTON. All right, I don't have many candidates left, guys. Go ahead and drop your candidates in of the ones you want me to take a look at, and we'll grab those real quickly as we're done here. We've got 2 more left, Peloton and 1 more, and then only 2 that are monthly options, which we don't spend a lot of time on, right? So let's see what's going on here. On Peloton, there are calls for the CEO to resign and that the company should seek selling itself, putting itself up for sale. So they stopped all production last week, I heard. I don't know if it's every line, but that was the way it was said on CNBC. All production, which is concerning. They must have more inventory and not any way of selling it. Everybody bought the Peloton. The pastor of our church bought a Peloton through COVID. I mean, everybody's already gone out and bought them. So where are all the people that would have bought regularly every week, month? A lot of them have already bought. They didn't do anything wrong, but the sales were front loaded. Right? If you just keep offering discounts to people to bring money in, as an example, in your company, I'll sell the subscription at a discount, so I get more money now. We can pay the bills. Well, next month, next quarter, when you need the money again, I already paid in advance, so I'm not doing it again. So what do? Right? And that's kind of what Peloton is now. Same scenario, not reasoning, is all these people have bought. What's next? Right? What add-on can you make for a Peloton that gives you another upsell in there? I just don't know. Right? So right now we're looking bearish. They're sitting at $26. You ready for the sadness here? Right? They were trading up here at 175. They're now at 25. Right? Wow. All right. Goodness gracious. I mean, again, I don't really have a great place to draw from. But pretty soon I'm going to keep putting fib lines in. They're going to go below zero. We just don't have a lot of room left. Right? Our next fib is down at $5. There ain't no way in God's great earth that we can use that as a level at all. They do have earnings coming up, so a little bit of caution there with the earnings, right? For sure. We're sitting at $26, guys. I mean, just I can split this with a fib, but I can't. You can see up above on this Fibit, we've got multiple lines there. I've got to do the same thing here. I'm going to add the 236 and the 764, both of them. And still don't know if I have enough in there. Right? But 23.32. So we've got $23 as our downside target. Guys, I'm going to wait on Peloton. I don't know why I'm dancing around this thing. It's just got way too much issues with it. Certainly not looking to fight it and trade it the other direction. Snapchat is our last one. Guys, make sure you drop in your candidates you want me to look at. Let's see. So Snapchat is down $1.82. They got a downgrade today. So they're down $1.82. When we look at their chart, same thing. I mean, just they've gotten hammered and their earnings are coming up. So I'm going to wait based on their earnings. Right? It's too close, too much of a hit. Let's just kind of live our lives and move on, right? There's plenty of other candidates out there today. PHG, bad news with supply chain issues. So they're down $1.39 right now. Look at a bear call spread. They're monthly options, so I'm not as concerned with these guys. And UL, Underlever, right? There was a company, I forget who it was, Tristan something or other, took a huge stake. We're not hearing how much the stake is, but they took a huge stake over the last couple of weeks and months on Unilever right now. So they're moved to the upside. So we'll be looking at a bull put spread. All right. Excellent. So what do we got going on here? Tom is asking for thoughts on the SPY closing on the fibs. Let's go look at SPY, Tom. So I don't have it at a close there, Tom. My one is at 131.56, 131.54. Let's go back here. If maybe it's there now. So 431.53. Yeah, I mean, it's there now. We're there right now, Tom. We've hit it. So ugly is an understatement, right? I mean, it's just look at the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, now 8 days. We had one bullish day in there and just a thrashing. They're calling the bull market a super bull market that we've had, but they're considering that we may be looking at a super bear market coming in. In other words, a bearish market like we've not seen before or don't normally tend to see, right? I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Actually, today, I'll be talking about the markets a little bit and where they're at and when we get into Power Hour. Guys, make sure you register for that free training, which is at noon today for Power Hour. Sean, drop a link for that in if you would, please. So we got 431.5 right now is where we're on SPY, Tom. Yeah, I mean, it's not good. 428 is the first downside, and then 422 from that. I don't think we're going to see that quick bounce today. You could get a little bit of a move up, but I just don't think we flipped the bullish today. We're down $6 on SPY. Yowzer. No, you're good, Tom. You're good. You're good. Andres is asking for Apple. Let's see. Do I happen to know the symbol for that one? Of course I do. Let's see. So they've got earnings coming up on the 27th. They're confirmed. So a little bit of caution there. If we look at Apple in the pre-market, we are down to 159. So we're right down at our fib level. So we've seen this, our recent fib runs have been completely reversed with this move that we're taking now, and we don't have a place to redraw until we look at a bounce taking place in there, which won't come until after earnings probably for an Apple. So we're looking at 153.5 for the next downside on Apple, Andres. So I hope that helps. AI. Ooh. Ay. All right. So not looking good. I will say that. Who was asking that? Kevin. All right. So let's see. We had that move down. This move up. That was not a correction. So we're going to go from here. All right. So right now, AI, and I'm just going to go off the daily charts, guys. You're going to have to look up where we are pre-market. But you've got 27.19 as resistance, 20.54. Yep, we got to split that level. So we need a midpoint in there. So we're going to need a negative 136. Right? So it looks like 24 is your first target, then 20.5 after that. So I hope that helps there, Kevin. Debbie's asking for KR, which is Kroger. So good stair step, Debbie. People still buying food. Not sure where it is pre-market, but it's in a bullish neutral bias right now. Get me above the 8 moving average, and we're looking at, and the 8 right now is 47.75. We're looking at about 50, 49.75 ish is where we see the 49.5 is where I see the next upside target. We haven't been here in a long time, so this may be their all-time highs. All right, so there's Kroger. Robert's asking for Bud. This Bud's for you. Right, Anheuser-Busch. So overall, we were nice bullish, right? Even in bearish times like this, what's going on? People drink more. There's more alcohol. There's more cigarette purchases. There's more marijuana, purchases. So we had a pullback, though, 65.13. Robert, if we can get the bounce, look at the recent, that little island there, that island reversal that took place. We had this gap up, which was a continuation gap from this one here. We had this gap up, which looks like an exhaustion gap. This gap down, which kind of closed up that gap through that opening there. And we broke the 8. If we can get back above the 8, Robert, we're looking at a bounce up to about that 67.5, 68-ish level on Bud, right? So I already did SPY. Say hey said great chart for how much it can go down in a short amount of time. Absolutely, say hey, you got it. Kevin said it's nice to see you, Rob. Thank you. I just got COVID. No good. I am sorry, my friend. I hope you feel better. They say we're getting close to the end, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, Coca-Cola. Last one, guys. Debbie's asking for Coke. No, not Coke. Coca-Cola. All right. So we just broke, Debbie, on the 8 moving average. Let's get a little further out. So I got nothing. Yeah, we're good. I mean, from a standpoint of highs, we've got some nice movement there. We've got a fib in place. Debbie, look at that confluence. 60.38. It looks like 62.79 is our next upside target, right? So I like it. I like it a lot as long as it can hold itself up in this marketplace with the overall bearish move, we'll be good to go, right? So guys, we've got tons of free trainings coming up this week. So, if you go over to tradinglikeaboss.com, this training is over. The last one was Saturday. We haven't changed it out yet. I'm going to add back in, Sean, we got to put the Fibonacci's back in there. We only keep 3 free trainings up here. But, today I've got Power Hour. At noon, we've got Power Hour coming up. Trade with Rob is an excellent service where we email out to 1 trade, usually 1 a week, sometimes 2. And then the free Fibonacci training that's in here. So come and check out Power Hour. You can get registered right here on tradinglikeaboss.com. With that, ladies and gentlemen, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just 1 trade away. Take care, and I will see all of you hopefully at Power Hour today. All right, ta-ta for now.